two, one. What is up, guys? This welcome to fuck this shit. I,
I think we'll keep
is
that
that
in. We'll keep that in. It's more authentic that way.
really? Are we keeping that in?
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, keep that in.
yeah, that is how we started the podcast, guys. So once again, welcome to the latest podcast with your host AB and OV. Um, you
Hey
might
guys.
not know us, and that is fair because we are literally no one. Uh,
Yeah. Also saying that welcome to the latest episode is kind of misleading because there has been. This is the first
hey,
episode, basically.
no, 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 no. We had done test episodes, so
Yeah,
this is
but it's not under
technically
this name.
it is technically your latest episodes. The
Yeah.
one that maybe when we reach to maybe 1 million, we'll release the test one and see how it fares. I guess 1
Yeah.
million
Sure.
monthly listeners, like KSI says. Uh,
We'll check his listeners.
yeah,
We'll check his monthly listeners.
yep. Uh, so what's been new with you? Uh, I know it's pandemic and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think we are in deep end right now, so literally no
Yeah.
one cares at this point.
I mean, it's become a background noise at this point, right? The pandemic,
Yep.
like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like 4 months ago, it was all like, oh shit, we are in the middle of a pandemic. But now it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it is there. Yeah, cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think everyone's
Yep.
more or less adapted to it.
It's like every week going by, and it's 2020 just keeps surprising everyone, I guess. Like,
Yeah, it's going fast and slow at the same time. Like
yeah,
all the days have merged together, so you don't
painful.
know how fast it's going.
It's painful. That's
Yeah, painful.
that's the um. What else? What else is new? What else is new with you?
I've been cooking a lot lately, actually.
Mm.
For the first time in my life. I mean, not the first time. I was cooking in college, but then now I'm cooking more mindfully. Like
Oh,
actually
nice.
seeking recipes and being like, hey, what can I do with the stuff that's in my kitchen? Like, what do I
And
make?
not just bread and lace, right?
I mean, in college, I didn't really cook bread and I mean, come on, that's a staple diet food, man. Bread, mayo, lace. Come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Or
Sure.
maybe
Sure.
ketchup and lace.
We can
That's a good that's nutritious dinner right there, man.
nutritious dinner. Yes. Very wholesome. Very.
Very wholesome.
Yeah.
But no, I used to cook like rice and stuff before. Even yeah, I used to cook rice, curries, and all that stuff before. But now I'm uh, branching out to like some stuff with advanced rice recipes, I guess you can call it.
Ah. All right. Well.
You know,
Uh. My my cooking uh history right now is basically cakes and waffles, and
Mhm.
that's about it. And yeah,
Ah,
the other day making a salted caramel shake, and that's about it.
how did that
I'm
go?
very, it was pretty good. Like the milkshake, I really enjoyed it. I'm still figuring out waffles part. It'll either
Mhm.
be overcooked or undercooked. It never comes out all right when I do it.
Right.
Uh, Cake, I'm good at cakes. So I grew up in a
Mm,
cake-filled household. So
mhm.
cakes for me is like uh, uh, a second-hand thing or like a language kind of a thing where I know it inherently kind of a thing.
Ah, that's nice.
Uh, so yeah, what else is going on in the world today? I
Mhm.
think, as you also know, there have been a lot of protest happening in various spots regarding the Swiggy, um,
Right.
the people getting less paid and stuff like that. What's your thoughts about that?
I'm surprised to hear that because like the way Swiggy has portrayed itself or marketed itself rather, that's like I think that's a better word to use. The way Swiggy has always marketed itself is like, yes, our delivery, um, drivers are heroes and stuff like that, and for them to like go back on it, or the real
Wasn't
side to show up. Hmm.
wasn't Zomato who called them heroes? I don't think Swiggy called them heroes.
I think
Or did
Swiggy
they?
also Swiggy did. I'm pretty sure Swiggy did at some point. They would call them heroes and or superheroes or something like that. There was something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yep, yep,
Because I know we order from Swiggy like
yep.
a lot, right?
Now, at least we used to.
We
To
used to at least, yeah. But I think I'll
right.
be stopping that from now. I don't think I want to support a company that like it doesn't really care about the people who have built it up. Like without the delivery drivers, you can't. Without the drivers, you can't really build that company, right? It doesn't work.
Yeah, yep. But what if
And
they change? As in, what if, in the future? Like, let's say they implement a better pay for their workers. Still, you're not going to support her. How is it going to be?
uh, I think for me, it's a mixture of two factors that why I won't be ordering from Swiggy anymore. One is, yeah, definitely this delivery thing like kind of tilted
Spoiled
me.
it.
Yeah,
Spoiled it.
it put me over the fence, right? Like it went me like, okay, yeah, it made sure that I won't order from there again.
Yeah.
If they change in the future, yeah, definitely I'll get back to ordering it here and there maybe, but because of the whole pandemic situation and me cooking for myself now, I don't think I would want to order from outside anymore.
Ah, cool, cool.
It's those two reasons together. But I feel
Ah,
like it's kind of like the company has. I feel a bit cheated by the company because they've been going like, hey, you can add 20 or 30 rupees or whatever to tip the delivery drivers and stuff like that. So now I don't know how
yeah,
much of the money is actually even going to the delivery drivers.
yeah. That is
Are they
what
even
I was
receiving it?
surprised at. That is
Yeah,
that is exactly what I was surprised at. As in, uh, okay, forget the whole uh tips and everything. Tips is basically what we pay extra, right?
right.
And yeah, that is from our happiness kind of perspective, which we pay extra. But
Yeah,
I always felt like, a company that does something like that. I wasn't totally surprised. I always had a doubt whether they're getting paid or like I always had it in my back of my mind, not
hmm,
fully trusting the company, but once they started rolling out tips and all that stuff, it was more like, yeah, I think the company is doing pretty good. They must be paying pretty good, especially during this pandemic times. Like they are getting business more than ever. So
right.
obviously they'll be getting paid good. That is what my mindset was. But this came out, the story broke out, and yeah, it's a truly sad situation actually. And most of these people are like, the only source their income is through this, and you
Yeah.
don't even pay them, right?
Also,
I know
like in
there
this
are,
pandemic.
I know
Yeah,
there
sure. Go
are, there's a lot of politics behind it, as in like, you the company being profitable, the company being this and that, but
ahead.
not in this time, man. Like, do it in some other time. Like, you know, that's the my only gripe about it, I guess.
Right. The
But
the thing is like,
when once it goes back, uh,
mhm,
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna order from that. Like, it's now become a staple in our lifestyle, I guess. Zomato orders, your Swiggy orders.
right.
It's kind of like a staple now. So
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be hypocrite completely. I sincerely hope that they change in the future.
Right. Hmm.
Get Make everyone paid good amount so that they can support their family and not unfairly paid, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that is my take on it.
Yeah, I understand. Like, the thing is, like, during this pandemic, they increased their prices, right?
Hmm.
They increase the delivery charges and all of that. So
Yeah.
when they do this, and then they don't pay the delivery guys,
Yeah.
it's a bit, like, why why are you doing this?
Yeah. And
It's
this thing is gonna blow over in a couple of days, and there's the workers are gonna, or the delivery executive, they're gonna be going back to their jobs even if they don't get paid highly or not, because
They have no other
one
option.
day, yeah, one day, 2 day they can protest, but
Hmm.
how long? How long can they sustain?
That's the thing. Like Swiggy can definitely wait out the
Exactly.
protest because they
Yeah.
have the money for it, right? Because they'll be like, yeah, we can wait it out because they know the delivery guys can't survive for long without that income coming in.
Although I have heard reports that Swiggy, or not report as such, is it's just a floating kind of things where I keep hearing that, like, Swiggy is in a big amount of debt, and like they're struggling to find investors and stuff like that. But recently they found a very big investment from
Hmm.
some investor in US or something like that. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, I think
uh,
that's been like established since the start of Swiggy. What, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
hmm.
They've
Yeah,
they've always been in debt. It's
yeah.
kind of like the business model at this point because when Zomato, when it started out, had been in debt for a long time. I don't know if it still is. I have to do the
Uh,
research on that.
I still, I still don't know how these companies are, like, thriving in the sense, like, they are doing really well. They've been doing until this situation came about. They've been
Hmm.
doing really well for themselves, even though they're in a lot of debt. As in, like, won't the people who wants the money just come back to the company saying that I want the money?
No, so I think it's more it's a similar case to what Spotify and how Spotify and Netflix are working, right? Because even Netflix and Spotify both are in huge amounts of debt. They
May
they
So it's, you're saying it's based on goodwill, goodwill of the company and how the company is going to grow and stuff like that.
Yes, it's future facing, right? So they're
Yeah,
like in the future, this company will become. They see the potential in it, right?
yeah.
So Spotify and Netflix are in huge debt because Spotify is paying out royalties, right?
Hmm.
And Netflix is just putting in more and more money to make these new shows and to attract more people coming in, but they're still in debt, and
Yes.
they're still getting investors because everyone is waiting for that time when Netflix makes it big or Spotify makes it big, and then get to cash in on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
Definitely,
a similar
definitely.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, the
Uh-huh.
first segue, I got the first segue. Speaking of Netflix,
Yes.
um, two new movies.
Two
Uh,
new movies.
yeah,
Mhm.
two new movies. Oh, okay. One may be a bit old, but one very recent.
Literally old. Literally
Yeah,
old.
literally old. The Old Guard and Project Power. Two movies
Yes.
that we chose to watch, um,
Uh-huh.
and have critical analysis, maybe. Yeah, our reviews, how we saw them, I
Right.
guess.
Which
Yeah.
one do you want to start with? I'm
Uh,
excited.
which one? Which one?
I think the
I
old
would
guard
say,
first.
yeah, I would go with the Old Guard. Yeah, let's go with the Old Guard.
All right.
So
I want to know your thoughts.
let's just to give a brief, uh, let's say, introduction to
Mhm.
Old Guard. It's like a group of mercenaries. I'm just gonna read it from straight from Google, by the way.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
group
Go
of
ahead.
mercenaries, all centuries old immortals with abilities to heal themselves. Discover
Mhm.
someone is onto their secret and they must fight to protect their freedom. And it stars some of the biggest names, I guess, or at least one of the biggest names.
One big name. That's it.
No, no, no. I can see the other guy, the uh, Chiwetel, or James, I think his name is.
James.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Charlie, yeah,
The black guy.
yeah, the Chiwetel Ejiofor, the guy
Yes.
from Doctor Strange. He was there, and
Yes.
Charlize Theron. She is
Yeah.
the big buck ticket, the attraction point to this movie. Um, Beautiful lady, good bone structure.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, the whole the rest of the cast is, uh, I don't know. I'd say so and so. I've seen them in a couple of movies here and there. Nothing too. high profile. Let's say it's just those two I know. They have been in
Right.
like big movies, but the others, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. So it's stars Charlize Theron, Kiki Lane, Harry Melling, Matthias.
Matthias
I'm not even gonna.
Schoenaerts.
s-
Schoenaerts.
Yeah,
Schoenaerts. I have no idea how to
Luca,
pronounce that name.
Luca Marinelli, Nelly Marwan Kenzari. Ooh, Indian? Indian? No, I don't think so.
No,
Luca.
I think in Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
maybe.
Chiwetel Ejiofor, Neo Thangwan, and yeah, that's the cast basically. So, who who is starting this? Me or you?
You know, interesting. The Marwan Kenzari, he's
Yeah.
Tunisian Dutch, all right, and
Ooh,
he's an actor and comedian, and he has actually won a Golden Calf, is it? Yeah, it's a Golden
calf,
Calf for Best Actor. Yeah, it's probably a Dutch award.
golden calf. All right,
Yeah.
the one with the best calf gets the award.
No, it's just called a golden. So the Golden Globe is literally a globe which is golden, right? So he got
Yeah,
a golden calf, basically a calf which is golden for best actor in 2013. I didn't know
huh.
golden calf was a thing. What is golden calf? This podcast is all about learning new things. So let's
Yeah.
check out what golden calf is.
Oh, wait. I don't think we introduced this podcast in that manner, I guess. Okay.
I mean,
While he's looking up that stuff, let me just introduce what this podcast is going to be and where we are heading uh, with this podcast, or what our aim is. Actually,
yeah, yeah,
I would say uh, uh, our podcast. We just came together the about 2 weeks back or something like that. We were discussing about the potential about learning new things and what is the best way to learn new things. And we felt like learning together, or like if there's a conversation or a communication happening, the learning curve will be higher, or like the whatever we learn will be higher. And since we are going to learn about different stuff from different topics and whatever, we decided that like each week we research upon a single topic. One of us will choose a topic and we'll research upon that. We'll come over in the next week on the podcast and talk about that. We'll learn throughout, and if someone is watching or someone is listening, sorry, um, to that, they can also have an input in that. They can also uh, create a discussion, a conversation, because both of us feel like that is what's missing. That's what's missing from this world at this point. There's no
right.
good conversation which is happening, or at least we don't. Both of us haven't found such conversations happening, I guess.
I mean, it's
Maybe that.
happening around internationally, but at least I think here locally, maybe not. I'm not sure about it.
Mm,
I haven't found any local
maybe like
podcasts or
uh, uh, uh I would say that yeah, I'd give you that. Yeah, yeah. Although I don't
yeah,
know if any other podcast. Uh, there might be, like I've seen podcasts relating to that, but those are all in specific subjects. And most of the
right.
podcast is based on specific subjects. What we are trying to do is like basically diversify, try to learn
Yeah,
as
we
much
just
as we can, I guess, from different.
conversation, maybe have disagreements here and there,
Yep,
whatever it is. Like,
yep,
just normal,
yep,
uh, what, coffee table talk, I guess.
yep, yep. So that is how we came about this podcast. That is how we want to design this podcast going forward. Even though today is just like piss take, going
Yeah.
forward, uh, we are
I
trying
mean,
to
this is
structure
literally the
this.
first time we're doing it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
This is basically the first time, for the
it's just gonna get
first
better.
time. Yeah, I guess so.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Uh, I hope so. It gets better. That's the most
Yeah.
important
Or
thing.
or we can just keep doing this till like I mean, if we do
We get
something,
comfortable. Comfortable.
Yeah. Also, you do something like enough number of times, you naturally become better at it, right? Like
Yeah,
even if you're not consciously improving yourself, but
yeah,
so something will take place.
yeah. So
So
if
coming
there
back
are,
to the topic,
so no,
yeah,
I would just like to uh, elaborate a bit more, and then we'll come back to the topic, I guess.
yeah,
So
sure.
elaborating a bit more about this is, if anyone is listening out there or watching, maybe
Hmm.
send in your suggestions, send in your discussion, your communication, so we can grow better as a community. Uh, I guess that's the best way to go about it, I guess. And
Yeah,
the show, should I mention the show structure?
not yet. I guess we haven't. I mean, we have made a structure for it, like,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
I guess that's
We'll
it.
just give it out, I guess. The show structure is basically like the introduction section for each podcast. Basically, squabble the first 10 or 15 minutes, what we did just now, then
Right.
transitioning it over to whatever topic that we are basing on that week, or what we are studying on that week,
Hmm.
having the discussion on that, and maybe the last 10 minutes or so reserving it for a specified movie which we both watched and have review or criticism and all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's the
more or
base
less about it.
structure. Yeah. But I do think it's going to be very hard to follow on.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to follow it.
Yep.
It's not gonna be that hard to follow it, but it's just gonna be hard to stick to the timelines probably. But I
Yeah.
think it'll get better with again
Uh,
practice.
yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah.
Also, the way
Coming
you
back.
started it,
Yeah. Yeah. We have already started. Yeah. Coming back to the at hand,
the
the
topic
topic at
on
hand,
hand.
golden cuff. You
Yeah, so
were.
the Golden Calf is an award given. It's an award of the Netherlands Film Festival, all right,
Mhm.
which is held annually in Utrecht. It's a place in the Netherlands. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to say it out. It's been given out since 1981, so it's
Mm.
basically that. It's for Dutch filmmakers and actors.
Okay.
It's an award for that. It's their own local thing, like how there's the Indian Filmfare Awards and stuff like that.
Yep.
Just the same thing.
Yeah. So coming back to the movie, The Old God, the review for it is
Hmm.
starring Charlize Theron mainly. What did you
Yeah.
think? You can start off,
Oh,
I
what
guess.
did I think?
Yeah.
What did I think of the movie?
You've
I
been
thought
sitting
the
on this.
movie.
You've been sitting on this
Yes,
way too long.
I've been sitting on this for ever since it came out, and I remember like I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, finally a new movie to watch!" Right?
Uh-huh.
And it looks like an action movie. I'm gonna go into it. So I went into it without without any expectations. I don't know what the storyline was gonna be. I don't know what it was about. So I just saw it on Netflix and I clicked straight. I didn't
Okay.
do any research on the background or anything like that.
Yep.
So I just clicked and I watched.
Hmm.
And even before I reached, I think halfway through the movie,
Uh-huh.
I was already bored.
Hmm.
It was
Interesting. Okay.
I was bored to death, right? Because I felt it was very dry.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't interesting at all. Charlie Theron's acting, yeah, she's acting as usual. She's acting really good, but even like that wasn't enough to carry the movie. I feel, right?
Mm.
Because the storyline was very. I mean, the whole story, the way it's moved around, the concept is interesting,
Yeah.
but the story itself was very dry and uninteresting. The acting of every other actor except, I mean, especially the new what do you call it, the new immortal,
Yeah.
her acting was, I think, horrible. it wasn't uh, it wasn't up to the mark of everyone else in the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
And even the soundtrack was the worst thing ever because it kept pulling me out. It kept pulling me out of the whole movie. I was annoyed by how bad the, the terrible choice for background music. It was, oh my god, it was so bad. It kept pulling me out of the movie, and I was instantly annoyed by even the first track when I heard it. I was like, why? why is this the selection for this movie? It doesn't match. It doesn't fit the scene. Nothing. Like all in all, it was like a horrible experience for me. Like watching that movie was completely. It was a horrible experience for me, and I was triggered by that. So I
Mhm.
went online, and this is the next thing I did. Right after, as soon as I watched the movie, I was like, I was like, is it only me or has everyone else felt the same way? And I was very surprised to find the online ratings as 81% Rotten Tomatoes fresh. Like
Uh,
what?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why? So what's your thought on the movie?
Uh, it's very interesting that I like every single beat that you mentioned just now. It's like
Hmm.
everything, like on spot. Like I can't. Uh, this movie, very good concept of the movie. So just to give the
Hmm.
background of how I watched it. So you watched this movie. You said that I need to watch this movie. I put it on
Right.
my watch list. The
Hmm.
very next day, I started watching, but I was sleepy and I just slept off. So I just watched it
Hmm.
like 5 minutes in, and I just slept
Hmm.
off. So till that
Right.
time, nothing was revealed that they are immortals or anything like that. It's just that soldiers.
Hmm.
So in my mind, going into the second time when I was trying to watch it, which was yesterday, I was trying to
Hmm.
like, cover it up fully that time. In my mind, I've already watched the 5 minutes and I already know they are soldiers. So I was
Yeah.
going to expect that, like, okay, they're doing soldiers gonna, what a soldier gonna do, or like it's that kind of an action film where it's going to be
Hmm.
based on a gritty women-led real life action film,
Right.
which I was expecting that it to be the case. They went into this thing and they were immediately killed, and that is when the penny dropped. And uh, but once that happened,
Hmm.
uh, for another 5 minutes, I was pretty annoyed by the fact that. But then again, I went in with a predetermined thought process, so that is what annoyed
Hmm.
me. So I just
Hmm.
kept giving it more chance. And
Hmm.
the basically the premise of the movie is pretty good, as in pretty old people, immortals basically fighting their way, and they don't know when they will die. So it's a very uncertain event, and it's supposed to be that's a sort of a movie where it's intriguing. It should be intriguing, like each and everyone's timeline, how it's gone and everything like that. But this movie
Hmm.
just goes flat afterwards. Like till from that point on, from the reveal that they are immortals, it just goes flat.
Hmm.
And the the Kiki Lane, Niall Freeman, who were like
Yes.
that, her acting was subpar. Let's say I'm not gonna write them off as of now. I'm just gonna say
See,
very very
I'm
subpar.
sure. See, I'm sure she's better than us at acting, definitely, right?
Yeah,
But like when there's Charlize Theron in the
yeah.
movie, and there's the Dutch
You
award-winning
learn
actor
from
is
them.
there.
Yeah, you learn from them,
Yes,
right?
like you have to have that same level, right?
Yeah,
And if it's not of the same level, then you can clearly notice it. And it was leagues below their acting level,
yeah.
I would say.
And
But it was
coming to
very
the
noticeable.
soundtrack,
Hmm.
music, they just put in random music here and there. It's just kept just like you like it just created that disconnect between the movie
Yes.
experience and the the music. It's like totally different things happening. And then coming to the villain, what what the hell was that? Like the sidekick of the villain was better than the actual villain. I mean,
I completely actually forgot about the villain till now because it's just like it's not a memorable villain. It's not someone you would actually consider a villain or a threat. You would just be like, all right,
yeah, the
it's
sidekick
a big
or
pharma.
the doctor who was working
Yeah.
with the villain, she was more menacing in her words. Like
Yes.
she just didn't care. It's like, she was just cold blooded. And he was like,
Mhm.
coming off of her vibes and not his own vibes. As in, like,
Right.
in the last scene, he was just like a scaredy cat, like, running around. But if
Hmm.
I think if the doctor was there to support him, he would have been a much like on forefront of attacking them, I guess. So
Yeah, the villain didn't feel like well thought out, I
yeah.
guess. I mean, I'm forgetting like most of what the villain was. It just felt like a whiny teenage guy who, I mean, not a teenage guy, but like a young person who got hold of the company, and then
Hmm.
it's I mean, that's about it. Like, there's no depth to the character. I feel because it was so forgettable
Yeah,
for me at least.
and they're going to create a universe based on this. So
Like, come on, for the
I
first thing,
can
like
see
when I saw
I can
the
see
whole
the
premise,
appeal.
right?
Now I
Yeah.
can see the appeal of the movie. It's a very
Hmm.
it's action fantasy film. It's just like that. It's like oh, another one of
Yeah.
those.
Okay. Okay. It's action fantasy, right?
Yeah.
What about the action?
Oh, yeah. That something good about the movie. Charlize Theron. She acted her ass off in this movie. I really loved her
Hmm.
acting. The other thing, the action in this
Hmm.
movie is good, as in for her pulling off some incredible stuff. I really loved it. Not the guy stuff. I didn't enjoy that much. All the other
Uh huh.
guys who were doing the action, I didn't enjoy
Hmm.
it that much. But what she was doing in the church, what she did,
Hmm.
where she murdered the entire army. You remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
That was
Yes, I
epic.
do. I do.
That was epic.
Like, there are some good action scenes, but then I've seen people like comparing it to like John Wick and stuff. I'm like, nah, it's not at that level. Not at
It's
all.
not there. It's not there yet, but it can be. Like if the John Wick
Like,
action coordinator came over here, she can pull it off. As in, she can clearly pull it off. She can be the female version of John Wick, but uh,
right.
the premise of the movie just ruined it. This movie, in my eyes, could have been a real life action movie where she could have been the John Wick type character, and she could have
Hmm.
pulled it off in a much better way. I feel like.
Yes, but I feel, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So there are a couple of things that confuses me here. One is like, why is everyone else giving it such a good rating?
Um, it's they
And I
like
think
it
I have an
like
answer for it.
why?
No, I don't think it's because they like it. I think I have an answer for it. But I think it's a bit controversial if I say it.
We might want to reserve it for later time. Like just
Later time. All right.
yeah. I don't think we
I
need to be
think, but
controversial.
I think all I'm gonna put out there. Actually, never mind. Leave it. let's just let's just
Out of
keep it
ten,
at like
out of ten,
read
out of ten.
read in
What are we gonna rate this?
out
Out
of
of
10. I'm gonna give it a solid 2
two.
because I
Hmm.
was extremely bored. Yeah, I didn't feel the action was like action was definitely the best part of the movie, but even that fell flat for me at least.
Just just because of Charlize Theron, I'm gonna give it a light 3.8. No, oh, wait. Uh, good 3.8 to 4, somewhere around there.
Hmm.
I feel like
Okay.
this is not a trash movie. It's watchable, but
Hmm.
there are very there is a lot of low points in this movie. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, that's about it, I guess. 3.8 and a 2 out of 20. So there you go. There's your verdict for the old guard. If you're ever gonna watch it, remove your headphones while you're watching the movie when the music comes on, so you can
Oh,
enjoy
the
the
music.
movie better.
I've
Movie better.
I've seen anime music videos with better music than this and action. Like, just go on YouTube and just type EMV, you'll find better shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like, you can just
All right. Now moving on to the second movie. Now this
Project Power.
Project Power. This is also another Netflix movie which just came out and has some
Mhm.
star-studded people in this. Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Casey
Mhm.
Neistat, Machine Gun
Casey
Kelly.
Neistat.
Yeah, he's
I
pretty
didn't
cute.
know about Casey Neistat.
What?
I didn't know he was there in the movie when I watched when I went to the went into the movie, and I was surprised to see him. I was like, oh,
What?
that's a nice surprise.
No.
Yeah.
I showed you the trailer. He was in the trailer.
What really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I
What?
saw him in the movie and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So Casey Neistat,
Hmm.
for the people who don't know him, he's a famous YouTuber. He does all the editing and directing
The
stuff.
travel vlogs, I guess.
Yeah, travel vlogs. He's a connoisseur, or a connoisseur, right? The word, the expert in travel vlogs. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, connoisseur is a bad word to use. Anyways, this movie, Project Power, it got
Hmm.
lower rating than The Old Guard. 67%,
What?
61%, I
Yes,
guess.
I'm looking at it now.
61% versus 81%. So even the audience score wasn't that good. So, ugh.
Hmm.
So again, going to you, what is your thoughts on this movie?
This one, I okay. Here in this one, the issue again lies mainly with the villain. I felt the villain wasn't. There was no like. There wasn't much of the villain shown in this movie.
Hmm.
I think that's why there's like it didn't feel very menacing. They showed the uh, spoilers. Is it spoilers? No, I don't think it's spoilers. The doctor in the end. I
Wait,
think
wait,
she was a
wait,
powerful
wait,
character,
wait,
but
wait. I think there is spoiler. So, spoiler alert for people who have watched
not
these
a spoiler.
movies. We are halfway into the next movie, and then we are putting in spoiler alert. I like this. This is going to be a very good
I don't
podcast
think
in
there's
future.
any spoiler over here. But come on, there's no like spoiler with these movies. There's no like an aura of mystery or anything like that in this movie, right? Because they reveal who the villains are in the start
Yeah.
itself.
So, an
It's not a.
introduction for this movie is basically
All right, so
people.
I'm gonna introduce this movie.
Yeah,
Let's we'll start at the basics first, introduction of the movie.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna. So Prash Power is a former soldier teams up with a cop to find the source behind a dangerous pill that provides temporary superpowers. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Over here, they pop a pill and they get superpowers for like I think 5 minutes,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
So, very interesting concept, and
Hmm.
I love it. Right,
Hmm.
I love the whole premise.
Hmm.
I love you know the whole pop a pill and get superpower, and you don't even know what it is. Like you have to find out. Right,
Yeah.
I love that. I love the acting, pretty good. Like Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, even the actor Dominique
Hmm.
Fishback, who acted as Robin.
Hmm.
I think even her acting was pretty good, and it didn't feel like this film forced anything. Right,
Hmm.
the CGI could have been a bit better in some places, but it was okay. It was possible. Right,
Hmm.
it didn't like pull me out of the movie. The CGI wasn't that bad or anything like that. Uh, I felt the movie was really good. I enjoyed the whole movie actually. I enjoyed the movie. Like it's a good watch, right? It's just the villain falls flat
Hmm.
because they don't really show the villain much in the first place.
Okay.
So, but for me, I found it really enjoyable, and I'm actually looking forward to if there is a second part or something, at least more movies in this universe. I want to see it.
Hmm. Interesting
What
topic.
about you?
Yeah. Good movie. Uh,
Mhm.
Definitely better than the old God. Uh,
Oh, leagues better.
yeah. And I feel like if the Dominique Fishback was acting in the
Mhm.
old God, it would have been better.
Yes, yes, definitely. She would have been way better in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Her acting. I don't know how old is she. I felt like in this movie she came off as a very young girl, but she's
She
29
was a
years.
high school.
She is
She's
29
29
years.
years old.
Yeah,
Oh man,
she came off as a
she was
high
acting as
school
a
kid.
high schooler. Yeah,
Wow, that's that's interesting.
I mean that's insane. That's good acting, though. I
Yeah,
mean, again, the high school kid was a bit. So it was a kid who had to grow up faster, like because of the situations
yeah,
she had to face in life. And she
exactly.
played out the role really well, though.
Yeah, yeah, she played it off very well. As in, there was no disconnect between the good actors and I've never heard of her to be honest. So for in
Yeah, me
my eyes,
neither.
she is like up and coming actor or not that good in my eyes. So when you compare her with others like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and uh,
Hmm.
Jamie Foxx, like she held it up right there. As in, I think she got inspired by them or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
and
she
also,
kept up with them. Yeah,
also an underrated actor, Machine Gun Kelly. The guy can act.
as Newt.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can act. I mean, he was acting as a druggie, but yeah, he can definitely act.
yeah. I mean, like, I was surprised by that. Even though he was there a whole lot of the movie, the part that he's
Hmm.
played, he played it pretty good. I appreciate him for that. Um, Coming to the movie, I don't think I would rate as much as you have because there were
Okay.
kind of, or at least I felt like it was definitely better than Old Guard, but uh,
Hmm.
not that much better, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, like for you, I can clearly see a night and day difference when you're comparing this movie to the Old Guard. So
Yes.
for me, it's not a night and day. It's mainly like night and midnight, maybe.
Why is that? What did you not like?
Uh, the the pacing of the movie was a bit off. I felt like it could have been
Okay.
a bit more flushed out. The Jamie Foxx's his uh what do you call it? His history, or
The
like,
flashbacks.
yeah, the flashbacks should have been a bit more
Yeah.
fleshed out. uh the cuts in this
Hmm.
movie was a bit erratic. I felt like it didn't work as much as I would have hoped to. um
Hmm.
what else, but although the music part, the music in this movie played perfectly, as in it was seamless for this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
the
way better
music
than,
went well.
way in that regards. It's like night and day when comparing it to Old Guard. Okay, this is just trashing Old Guard at this point, but yeah, what the hell.
Yeah, no. It's like beating a dead corpse at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. But the music choices, the seamlessness of the music into the movie is was perfect. And what else? Yeah, it kind of gave me the Spider-Man vibes at the start of the movie. You remember when she was playing through music through headphones? So I thought, like, that
Yes.
theme is going to stick throughout the movie, but it didn't. That kind of
Yes,
disappointed
yes.
me. Like, that should have been like,
Hmm.
her listening to the music and like having the whole scene kind of playing out. That should have been played a bit
Hmm.
more. I felt like. Um,
Yeah, but then, yeah, I agree with that.
and plus, even now not really sure. Like, does the power changes for that person each time, or is gonna be the same power over and
No,
over again?
so it doesn't change for the person every time. Everyone has a single power, right? But they don't know what it is
Yeah.
until they try it out.
So when I watched the trailer for this, that is what I felt like.
Hmm.
Like, you have a pill, and each pill gives you
Yeah.
different power. So
No, no,
you
no.
don't know
I
the
thought that was
what
clear
the
in the movie, right?
yeah, yeah, it was clear, kind of clear, but
Uh-huh.
yeah. So the different powers is caused by your body reacting with that one pill. So it could be different for each and every person. That is the whole uh, concept of the movie, right? The superpowers that you get is different from the other person because your body reacts differently to the other person.
Yes, but then you'll always get the same power every time you take a pill.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was
You won't
pretty
get
much
different
true.
power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I only saw that with uh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Newt, where they had the pill
Hmm.
over and over again, and they kept that power. The others
Right.
only had basically one time, right? So that is what confused
Hmm.
me a bit. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, overall,
I,
a better movie than I hoped for.
uh-huh.
Like, I was while watching the trailer, even I told you this. I was hoping
Hmm.
for a worse movie. Like, not hoping, but I felt like Netflix
Yeah.
would pull this off. because of all the CGI and all that stuff. But
Uh-huh.
overall, like it's a well-made movie. Uh, could improve so much, and just like you told, the villain of the movie was a bit underrated. It should have been someone who could go toe to toe with Jamie Foxx. His power was basically just
Yeah.
sprouting out power. It's like what he just
I think that would be a spoiler if we reveal his power, and then the other part of the movie, if we reveal, that would be a spoiler.
no, no, his
So we'll
power
just
could have
keep,
been
we'll,
no, his power could have been kept under wraps, but he should have
Mhm.
fought against someone of equal strength or slightly below strength. So it could have been a fight
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah,
a
there was no, there was no one-on-one fight in this movie.
yeah,
That was my biggest gripe. I think there was no like, I expected like at least one anime level fight,
yeah,
if that
yeah,
makes sense. One good 1v1,
yeah,
but there wasn't that. And also like the main villain of the whole thing.
yeah.
Where? Who?
That
Like even after watching the movie, I'm confused. I'm like, what happened to him?
I
Where
mean,
is he?
yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. Like it's that's the thing that I was saying about the flashback or like his history, Jamie Foxx's character's
hmm
history regarding this movie. Like, yeah, her um daughter was stolen, but how? And like, yeah, we can see that in that small flashback, but it should have been played out a bit more regarding like why the main character hates the villain and like all that stuff. Like, I felt like there was a personal connection between the main character and the villain of the movie, but
hmm
it was never played out. It was just
yeah.
it was just there.
I
Like,
think they
we
might be
know there
keeping
was
it
a villain.
for like the second. Yeah, they might be keeping it for the second movie or something. If there is, I'm not
But
sure. That's why they kind of kept
where
it
do
open
you
ended, maybe.
where do you like start off? I don't. Do you see another movie for this?
Yeah, but it won't be like with the same people. Definitely not.
Hmm.
It would be maybe it'll involve. It won't even involve Joseph Gordon. Like it won't have any of the
Nah,
same characters, I
nah,
guess,
nah.
because
Josh Gordon-Levitt should come
actually,
back if there is another movie because he was
no, he
one of
won't
the good
come back.
parts. Huh?
I don't think he'll come back because the way the story is going, right?
Yeah,
He
that's the
won't come
thing.
back
Like,
because they move from city to city, so he won't be there in the other city. But he might move cities to maybe tackle the problem. But if he comes back, it's good. But I feel it's harder to implement him into the next movie. But I can see a return for Jamie Foxx and his daughter,
yeah.
right? I can see a return for them both because I'm not going to say why, but I can see a return for them both, and also the main villain has to still reveal himself properly, you
Hmm.
know. And also, there's like a lot of progression to be made
Yeah.
in this world. So if, I want them to explore more on this, right?
I would
It's like a
happily
lot
take
more than
another movie
explore.
of this. I would happily take another movie. But
hmm
I don't know if they can do it better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the second movie should have been about the the villain who is like hiding her daughter. This first villain should
hmm
have been a more one-on-one fight kind of a thing. Anyways, yeah, that's about it, I guess. Uh, your ratings for this one?
I think I'll give it like a six. You
Six.
know,
Hmm.
yeah, a good solid six.
Hmm. I would give 5.5 or a 5.3.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I said. Like, not
close.
that different, but it's closer. Yeah, it's definitely closer. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good watch. Good watch. You won't get bored of this movie. Even the other one, like if you're interested, I don't think you'll get bored in that as well. But
Oh,
uh,
mate, no, I wouldn't say that. I'm, I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
say
Like,
that.
I felt
That
like
movie is boring.
I could watch that both the movies without any much problem, except for the music in the other movie. That's it. So
Mm.
5.5 is a movie rating for this uh, for Project Power. So yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
and I
that
hope like
yeah, go ahead.
Netflix doesn't look at the old gods ratings and axe Project Power's future sequels if possible,
Uh,
and give old god a fucking sequel, I would be disappointed if that happens.
I'm still
I would be
waiting for
really disappointed.
Bright. You remember Bright, Will Smith, and
Oh shit, man, that was bright.
the
Yeah,
the
that's never gonna happen.
I'm still waiting for the Bright too. I enjoyed the Bright movie. Anyways, um,
I did too.
I think that is it for us today. I think we've talked about some shit. We've talked about some serious stuff, and we talked utter garbage from our point of reviews. Uh,
Yeah,
this has been very
I mean it's
educational.
an uneducated review.
Yeah, we studied what a golden calf means. Ah, there you
Yeah,
go. Our first
new thing,
knowledge.
new thing.
Oh yeah, wait, wait,
Also,
wait,
to
wait.
whoever thinks,
Before
Mhm.
closing things out, this should be discussed. WAP.
Wow,
Yeah, Cardi
ah,
B and Meg The Stallion. WAP. There you go. You introduced me to the song, and let me just start off.
it,
Not impressive.
yeah. Go ahead, go
Not impressive.
ahead.
It's filled with plastics. Let me say it again. Filled with plastics.
Yes, but see, like that's a personal opinion, right? Like it's something you have against, like, people with plastic surgery
bro,
and shit. But
bro,
let's
if they
go
come to the
objectively, not
if they
objectively.
just come to the buy for once, they're gonna melt. All of them. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that can probably happen.
Yeah.
But let's just see, like, just the music part. I think it's close to a, not okay, not a banger, but it's the music is good, the beats are nice, right? And the lyrics are funny, for me
Music
at least. I found the lyrics funny.
music is funny. I would say it's funny, but not good. I wouldn't re-listen to it again. I listened to it twice, and
Hmm.
I'm done with the song. If I listen to it some party or
I
something
mean,
like that,
yeah.
yeah, maybe I'll listen to it again. But I won't actively put that in my playlist.
Yeah, because it's not for us. Like, it's two straight guys, right? It's not for us. The music isn't for us. It's for women and
Huh?
how they want to portray their. It's
Well,
not for us. The music isn't for us.
how they want to portray the wet ass.
Well, that's pussy. I mean, like, even there are, like, sexual fantasies, sexual fantasy songs by male artists too, and I don't listen to them either because I find it weird to listen to someone else's sexual fantasies in the first place, and it's fucking weird, right? For me at least.
Yes,
So these both the categories, if a male or if it's a male singing or a female singing, it's gonna be weird for me. So it's not for me either way. But I think the song, if it comes on at a party, I can see people dancing to it and shit, right?
yeah.
And enjoying themselves. But I don't think it's that bad of a music. And the lyrics, for me at least, are funny, not because it's said by a woman or something, but it's clever and funny at the same time. Like, it's something like Moist Critical would write on YouTube or something like that. Like, someone on YouTube would come up with these, like, really cleverly funny
I'd give you the
lyrics.
funny part. It was definitely funny,
Yeah.
but the rest of the thing, nah. The video, the the in the video, except for the
Video.
last lady, I guess, who was dancing.
Hmm.
I don't remember her
Hmm.
name. So except for the last one, who has a tiger skin, uh, dark hair, dark skinned, and all that's like there was
Wasn't that Cardi B herself?
no, 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 no. There was a skinnier version. She was pretty good looking. Everyone
Ah,
else clapped, clapped,
okay.
clapped. It's not like we are like the embodiment of God, but still, yeah, they're all clapped. They're all clapped.
Also, the video has, I think the video has 100 million views as of now, even
Obviously,
though it released, like,
obviously,
what,
there's
six
a lot
years
of
ago.
plastics.
And it's a thirst trap. It's a thirst trap for
Exactly,
everyone, basically. Like,
exactly.
no one's watching that video. Like, if anyone who's watching that video is watching it with a box of tissues and lotion next to them,
Yeah,
right? Like,
there's going to be a tribute.
it's-
There's going to be a tribute.
yeah, some tribute that's going on. Yes, some tribute that's going on over there.
Yeah. Anyways,
But yeah,
I think we can close it out for today. I feel like, or
yeah,
do you want to talk
yeah.
about anything
I know
else?
it's not gonna be. I don't want to talk about anything. It's just like, I know this episode won't be like
Yeah,
a great listen.
yeah,
It's the first one.
yeah.
we're obviously gonna improve on this.
Yep.
I know there were like awkward moments, us cutting off each other at some point,
Uh-huh.
but we'll improve.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll learn.
We will. We will. Yeah. I definitely
Yeah. So
see us improving. This is what a rock
yeah. So
bottom, I
if
feel like.
anyone's listening to this,
Yeah.
yeah, we're starting from the bottom, and just like Drake will at some point reach here, wherever here is. But yeah, if anyone's listening to this podcast by some dumb luck, I guess,
Yeah.
watch out the space for more.
Yeah.
Follow us on
Weekly.
Spotify. I get Anchor if you are.
Follow us
Yes,
on
we'll be uploading weekly.
Twitter, even though there's no followers over there. You might be
Yeah,
the first
and
follower.
Instagram.
Huh. Instagram too. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
the same name everywhere.
yeah.
That's
The
what it is.
Kichri Street. Uh,
Officially
oh
too.
wait, we never
Yep.
explained what Kichri Street means. Uh,
Well, you want me to explain?
we'll do that next episode. Huh? Cliffhanger, cliffhanger.
Yeah,
If
find out in the
someone,
next episode.
yeah, find out in the next episode. See, already doing
Yeah,
the podcast is tough.
yeah, clickbait,
Yeah,
clickbait. That's it.
clickbaits. Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
we'll uh, we'll have to find a clickbait title for this one, then the clickbait title for the next one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
Exactly. Find us what the meaning of our podcast is. Ooh, there you go.
Ooh, I mean, it's straightforward for like some category of people. It's not straightforward for the other ones.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, those who don't know, we can find out in the next episode.
Yep, yep. Definitely, definitely. So this is your boy AB, and
OV signing off.
yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting for you to say it. Yep. So AB and
Yeah,
OE signing off from Kistory Street. Thanks for the watch. Thanks for the listen. Come back for more. Um, Good night.
yeah. Good night, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.